real quick. Meet Kevin recently released ETF.
Yes.
What was it? Do you remember the symbol?
You do the meetkevin pricing power ETF PP overview.
All right.
Yeah. So it's ticker symbol PP for pricing power. Okay. So that's the first thing. Ticker symbol PP. Now I want to ask you, Kelby, when
Yes.
someone wants to bet against the stock, right? Like, what do you typically do? You're gonna buy it, or if you're really against it, you think it's gonna go down. What do you do to it?
You buy it's not a put? No, not put. What is it?
Well, put is one thing.
Right.
What's the other thing?
What's the opposite of a call?
That's a put.
Oh. Is it not is that not what you get?
Well, that is one thing you could do. But another thing you could do is you could short a stock
Yes,
if you
sure.
think it's going to go down. So if you really hate me, Kevin's ETF, you could just short PP. And then the opposite, if you're a person that really believes in PP, you can go long PP. I'm buying it for the long term. So long PP, short PP is what you could do. Now,
just had
this
that
is an
lock and
interesting
loaded.
ETF. Say again?
You just had that lock and loaded, didn't you?
Yes. Well, I had to present that to everybody. I gotta let people know about his PP. It's a big deal. Big deal. So it's an interesting ETF because it is managed by him and a few other people, from what I understand. I think he maybe has talks with Ross Gerber of Gerber Kawasaki. And really the main goal is almost like a Kathy Woodian style disruptive technology and whatever else he feels is that's going to have a high upside in the future. But one of the most important things about this ETF that he talks about is when you're in an ETF, you could technically take all of the gains from a stock that may have ran over the last few months, take those gains and put it into a different stock, keeping it within the exchange and never taking it out. Thus, it's not actually technically a taxable event. So theoretically, he could just have these stocks run, take the gains, go to another stock, have that run, take those gains, and so on and so forth, and never have to pay taxes on it. Similar to real estate, where you have the 1031 exchange, where you can kind of take the gains, go into another house without paying the capital gains tax. So what he's kind of effectively doing is just saying, hey, why do I even need my own personal portfolio for the future? I'm just going to kind of pile all my money into this ETF. I can essentially trade on it tax-free. And if I have investors, then great. And my net worth will go up and I can manage their money as well.
So is this ETF more benefiting Meet Kevin, or is it more benefiting like regular people?
It depends. I mean, if you're a person that believes in Meet Kevin and thinks that he can get returns much higher than that of the typical S&P 500 ETF, then it's not a bad idea. I mean, there is an expense ratio, which is just the amount of money that it takes to run the fund.
Right.
So it's a 0.77 expense ratio, which is a little high, I'll say. But he also mentioned that he needs about $250,000 to $500,000 just to keep this ETF running, baseline. So,
I didn't realize it costed that much.
Oh yeah, just to have it listed on the stock exchange.
Okay.
So if you're a person that believes in Meet Kevin and thinks that he can trade his way to higher than maybe a 10% return per year, then yeah, it could definitely benefit the people who actually buy into the fund.
So I have pulled up here the Buzz. I remember when Buzz first came out, which is the one that's tied, the ETF that's tied to social media. And a lot of people complained that it was high, but comparing it to Meet Kevin's expense ratio, it seems like it's actually lower a little bit.
It is, yeah.
That's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
So it is pretty high then.
I would say so. A lot of these, like probably total market index at Vanguard, I bet the expense ratio is probably like in the low 30s. Honestly, if you could just find some funds that have no expense ratios, that's the best. Closer to zero is better. Which is why, like, a lot of people will get these investment advisors to manage their money for them. People are not unfamiliar with the stock market, and they'll give them the money. Hey, just invest this for me.
Right.
And they'll put them in these ETFs that have high expense ratios. So not only is the investment advisor taking 1% per year, regardless if the portfolio grows or shrinks, but you're also on top of that paying an expense ratio because they put you in that fund as opposed to one with a lower expense ratio. So not a fan.
Hey, thanks for watching. If you like that clip, then watch this one that we selected just for you.